My dear students, I am Aditya Chakraborty, lecturer in electrical engineering of Sri Ramakrishna Institute of Science and Technology. Today, I am going to discuss surge absorber. So before going to the deep study, we have to know the introductory part of surge absorber. The traveling waves set up on the transmission lines by the surges may reach the terminals apparatus and cause damage to it. So these traveling waves are caused by the lightning actually, and it damage the apparatus and other electrical device which is connected to the transmission line. The amount of damage caused not only depends upon the amplitude of the surge but also upon the steepness of its wavefront. The steeper the wavefront of the surge, the more the damage caused to the equipment. In order to reduce the steepness of the wavefront of a surge, we generally use different types of surge absorber. So, if the steepness of the waveform is increased, then the traveling waves effect is also increased. So, the steepness of the wavefront has to be minimized by the help of surge absorber. Now, what is surge absorber? A surge absorber is a protective device which reduces the steepness of wavefront of a surge by absorbing the surge energy. Although both surge diverter and surge absorber eliminate the surge, the manner in which it is done is different in the two devices. The surge diverts the surge to earth, but the surge absorber absorbs the surge energy and reduce the steepness of the surge or of the reflecting wave. Now the classification. So there are different types of surge absorber. The number one is condenser or capacitor surge absorber. Number two, inductor and resistance surge absorber. And the last one is the FERRANTI surge absorber. So the first one is the condenser or capacitor surge absorber. So here we can see the circuit diagram of or connection diagram of condenser or capacitor surge absorber. So you can see here it is a transformer, and this transmission line is connected to a transformer, and there is a parallel connected capacitor, and it is earth. So by the help of the capacitive reactance, the steepness of the wavefront can be reduced. So now we have to discuss how it is possible by the capacitor or condenser type surge absorber. A condenser connected between the line and earth can act as a surge absorber. The figures show how a capacitor acts as surge absorber to protect the transformer winding. Since the reactance of a condenser or a capacitor is inversely proportional to the frequency. We know that Xc equals to 1 by 2 pi Fc. So if the frequency is increased, then the capacitive reactance is reduced. It will be low at high frequency and high at low frequency. So when the frequency is reduced, then the value of the capacitive reactance is increased. Since the surges are of high frequency, the capacitor acts as a short circuit and passes them directly to the earth. So when the surge is occurred, and we know the frequency of the surge and traveling wave is very high, so then the value of the capacitive reactance is reduced. So this path acts as a short circuit path. Then the traveling wave is passing through this path and is passing to the earth. So the device or the transformer is protected. However, for power frequency or normal frequency, the reactance of the capacitor is very high, because the normal frequency is less than the surge frequency. Okay, and practically no current flows to the ground. So that is the condenser or capacitor surge absorber. Now the next one is the inductor and resistance surge absorber. So here you can see the circuit diagram of a resistance. It is the resistance and an inductance or inductor. These two are connected parallelly with each other, and it is connected with a transformer, and that is the main line. So another type of surge absorber consists of parallel combination of choke. Choke means the inductor or inductive coil, and resistance connected in series with a line as shown in the figure. So a parallel combination of the choke and resistance connected. This combination is connected in series with the transformer. Okay, according to the figure, the choke offer high reactance to surge frequency, that is XL equals to 2 pi FL. So when the surge occurs, it is very advantageous method. When the surge occurs, what will happen? We know the surge frequency is very high than the normal system frequency. We know the normal system frequency is 50 Hz, but surge frequency is much more than the normal frequency. So when the surge occurs, then the value of the XL is increased due to the frequency is increased. So we know that XL equals to 2 pi FL. So this surge current cannot flow through the inductor. So it will flowing through the resistance, and it will dissipate in the resistance. Okay, so the choke offer high reactance to surge frequency, and the surges are therefore forced to flow through the resistance are where they are dissipated. And in normal condition, the maximum current is flowing through the reactance, because the reactance has a very low resistive path, so there is a less amount of power loss occurred due to low resistive path. And in case of surge occurrence, the high current is flowing through the resistance and dissipated into it. Okay, so that is the inductor and resistance surge absorber. Now the next one is the FERRANTI surge absorber. So here you can see that is a FERRANTI surge absorber. That is a metal sheet. Okay, it's just like a transformer, and there is a core, and this is a coil or inductor. Okay, and it is earth. So this figure shows the type of surge absorber. It is called FERRANTI surge absorber. It consists of an air-core inductor connected in series with the line. The inductor is surrounded by but insulated from an earth metallic sheet called dissipator. The arrangement is equivalent to a transformer, as I have already told, with short circuited secondary. Okay, so just like the short circuited secondary transformer, it acts. The inductor forms the primary, whereas the dissipator forms the short circuited secondary. So the energy of the surge is used up in the form of heat generated in the dissipator due to transformer action. This type of surge absorber is mainly used for protection of transformer. So when the surge occurs, then it dissipates in the short circuited side of the FERRANTI surge absorber. Okay, so it is used in case of transformer protection. So that is the FERRANTI surge absorber. That's all. Thank you.